Hey y'all, how are you? It's Monday. The birds are out here singing. It is a beautiful, mostly sunny day. There are some clouds. I had to take a moment. Okay. The sun is pretty bright. Let's see. Okay. It's pretty humid as well. I've debated over whether or not I should go to Starbucks today. I'm not sure why I was debating. I had the money on the Starbucks card, and I had been saving that for an artist date. It hit me that today's prompt for a year of self-care is tiny yeses. This is what it says. Yeses don't have to be large in nature or intent to be effective. If you place a tiny yes on top of another tiny yes, they will eventually become the building blocks of a substantial life change. A tiny yes includes researching the ins and outs of a new hobby that you've been bolstering the courage to try. Say a tiny yes towards something new and exciting that you would like to implement in your life. I said yes to trimming the roses. I took 2 of the roses that had bloomed that were on my rose bush and cut them, clipped them, and I have them in a little jar on my desk. You will see them. And I said yes to going out and getting the Starbucks. I said yes to getting out of the house, getting out of the studio. I said yes to having something different be part of my day, to getting out and about. And I haven't really been doing that nearly enough lately. It feels like I've been in slow motion in some ways. And in other ways, it feels like I've been on fast forward. But since I'm trying to implement these different things into my life, some of those very things have to do with an AM routine. So I want to start waking up by 6 a.m. Now, Mr. Rockstar leaves at 5 a.m., which means I will eventually get to the point where I'm getting up at 5 a.m. It means stretches for like at least 10 minutes, maybe sometimes 15, depending on how I feel when I wake up. It means meditation for like 5 minutes. Making my bed, getting dressed and ready, like brushing my teeth, washing my face, that kind of stuff. It means making coffee, coming to the studio, journaling while I have some coffee, and then planning my stuff for the day. I break up the times during the day by taking breaks to go to the bathroom, by taking breaks to go get lunch. I had lunch today. I had lunch today, and I had a halo for breakfast. It was actually the last halo in the house. So I've been trying to keep up with that, which is not always easy. You know, I feel like sometimes I'm in a rush to get things done because I feel like I don't have that much time, but I have time. I don't know why. I feel like I don't have as much time as I would like, but I do have time. It's got to be balanced as much as it can be. Today I started dinner and I put the chicken in the crock pot with the sauce. I'm making what I refer to as sort of chicken spaghetti, but it is in a way close to chicken parm, but all together. You know, instead of having the chicken separate than the sauce. And my mom doesn't eat noodles, so I may or may not make her some rice. I don't know. We'll see what she wants. I feel much better. Taking the walk meant that I had a few minutes to enjoy nature, to listen to the sound of the birds. I'm feeling like every day that I get closer and closer to this routine, I feel better. I feel like I'm accomplishing things. Now, my nighttime routine is called ease into the evening. So an hour before bed, that's when I am going to start getting ready, like putting on my pajamas, washing my face, putting moisturizer on, taking contact lenses out if I have them on, and unplugging from social media, reading for 10 to 20 minutes, or listening to Audible. I prefer to either read a book or listen. I really don't want to read Kindle because of the light on the, but journaling for 10 to 20 minutes and then sleep. Now, sometimes that will include like a cup of hot chamomile tea. It's also eventually going to include that CPAP machine. So I will have to make adjustments. That next step would be after I finish my tea and I do the journaling to go to sleep. lights off, unplugged. Start by doing what's necessary, then do what's possible, and suddenly you are doing the impossible. Today, it's one of those weird Mondays. It's not a bad Monday. It's not a good Monday. It's somewhere in the middle. I feel better, and I'm feeling physically better. Mentally, I'm in a little bit of a weird place. Tomorrow is the anniversary of my dad's death, and I'm feeling that. But I'm not letting myself get all depressed about it. That's one of the reasons why I took a walk. It's one of the reasons why I went to Starbucks. You can see my phone in the corner over here, and that's because I'm trying to film from different angles, and I want to add some things to the vlog. And I don't know how well this is going to turn out. We'll see. I've got a clamp that I may use for the next. You can see me. I'm like, this is why I wanted to show. It is a Monday. It is a Monday. And you can see the cards up on the desk. The cards that I pulled, y'all, for the week are the Father of Wands, the Hanged Man, Death. I think it was the Hanged Man, and then the Father of Wands, and then the Death card. But yeah, it's been a bit of a Monday, using self-care as a bit of a way to get out of a funk. I think it helps. Today's practices of self-care will eventually become more of a habit. And I'm not wonderful at self-care, but I'm getting better at self-care, and that's what really matters, is how I'm doing and what I'm doing. And am I taking the time to do these things? Because I am taking the time to do some of the prompts, and I'm taking the time, and I'm not a big prompt person for art, y'all. Not a big prompt person for art. But you're going to see me doing some of that, and that's what I'm going to talk while that is going to be fast forwarded, going to be time lapsed. But I wanted to have a bit of a chat about the things that I'm doing, because this is today, and it's how things are going, and it's a Monday, and I have practiced self-care in a variety of ways, not just taking the adventure and going to get Starbucks, or taking the adventure and taking a walk. Part of my adventure, and it ended up being the roses, and I clipped them, and they're on my desk, and I took a picture of them, and I may draw them as well. I have not yet, but it's not the end of the day yet. To the art and my pumpkin, and why my pumpkins never look quite right, at least on the bottom. I need to practice more. Studies have shown that not only are there physical benefits to walking, like increased oxygen intake, revved up circulation, healthier heart, calorie burning, it also helps us shed stress, enhance calm energy, and improves memory, attention span, all of which I really need. Now, most of the studies are built on moderate to brisk exercise, at least 30 minutes per day, which is about 10,000 steps, thus the 10,000 steps a day with the Fitbit goal thing, which I need to get working on, y'all. I need to really get working on. I'm doing better. The plantar fasciitis really threw me for a loop. I have been losing weight because I am walking. I can't walk for 30 minutes at one time. I have to break mine up. So, consistent exercise is linked to a lot of things. So in the US, people spend about 90% of their time sitting down. So we have to do better. Number one, boost brain food. So it improves our cognitive functioning and memory. Number two, prevent disease. According to the American Heart Association, the American Cancer Society, the Mayo Clinic, walking is a great way to reduce the risk of numerous medical diseases like cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, high blood sugar, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. Number three, manage depression. Studies by something called the Archives of Internal Medicine showed that depression sufferers who walked daily improved symptoms as much as people who took medicine. So imagine if you took medicine and you walked daily. Hello. So I'm gonna work on this. Number four, lose weight. When you walk, you burn calories, body fat, and brisk walking for 30 minutes to an hour reduces the effects of around, give or take, 32 obesity promoting genes by 25 to 50%, depending on how long you walk. It lightens the mood. Number five, improves mood, boosts self-esteem, and encourages social interaction. Number six, sleep better. Improves sleep. Achieve a better and longer sleep when you walk, when you have some kind of daily activity, exercise. Number 7, aids in circulation. It gets your heart pumping and improves circulation, like lowering blood pressure, and you take in more oxygen. Number 8, ease pain. Moderate activity like walking can substantially reduce chronic pain. It helps you breathe better. Number 10, it alleviates allergies. Walking moves allergens through the body, significantly reducing the impact of allergy symptoms such as sneezing and runny nose. Number 11, it speeds digestion. Walking after a meal aids the rate that food moves through the stomach, which aids in digestion and decreases blood sugar. Number 12, stimulates creativity. Walking leads to stimulation in parts of the brain associated with creative thinking. Number 13, decreases stress. Regular walking creates a dose response, eliminating cortisol, the stress hormone, from your system, which reduces worry and anxiety. Number 14, increases happiness. People who are physically active feel more excited and enthusiastic than those who aren't. And that's just some of them. I mean, it makes you live longer. It's really good for your skin. For me, it's a big thing. And it's why I chose walking as the adventure kind of thing. It's because walking helps me clear my mind. It helps me gather my thoughts. It's a good way for me to sort of clear the cobwebs. Like how a brain dump or a mind spill helps us when we write things down. It's the same way walking helps me do that. Whenever I'm stressed, I have to do some kind of physical activity. If my anxiety goes really high, I fidget more, so that I know that I need to do some kind of physical activities. I'll either go wash the dishes or I'll clean something. We'll go outside and do yard work. It's very helpful. I want to have a healthier, happier, more fit life. Like with the physical stuff, I should have taken better care of myself when I was younger. I have been in quite a bit of pain, which has not helped. If I want to reduce my pain and I want to live a healthier, happier life, I'm going to have to find ways to exercise. And if that means breaking up my hour walk into 4 increments of like 20 minutes each, then that's okay. 60 minutes is an hour, so I could technically do 3 20-minute walks. I would like to do a little bit more, especially since I'm breaking it up. I was not sure about doing these prompts. I was not sure about doing any prompts. Every time I have attempted to do prompts, something happens, something goes wrong, and I'm just not like feeling it. I am doing the prompts if they resonate with me, if I feel like it. I am creating some kind of art every day. One of the things I have been doing is different kinds of journaling. I have been hesitant because I've been so all over the place. I've flip-flopped. But since this is actually more of the coffee chat, I kind of just wanted to cover this part because the walk was such a good thing. I went out on the walk and I clipped the roses at the end of my walk, and they were so beautiful, and I wanted them. I knew that Tuesday was going to be a rough day, and I wasn't really in the mood to do a whole lot of journaling. That was part of the problem. I could have had this video done before now. Hey, okay, so it's more present Burgess. You were watching past Burgess. Over the past couple of weeks, since the very beginning of October, you saw the walk, the adventure prompt for self-care. I took a little bit of a break from some of the prompts because I knew that in order to concentrate on the routine, it's going to take more than a week. I have the marvelous mornings. Some people call it magical mornings, and I have the ease into the evening. This is where I was saying the picture of the roses, and then you get to, this is where I watercolored the roses. So I started working on this around the 3rd of October or so. What we are essentially going to talk about is where I'm at right now with the routine and how the routine is really helping. And I'm not quite there yet. This is a work in progress. My goal, however, is to wake up by 5 a.m., stretches for 10 to 15 minutes, sometimes 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how I feel. Meditation, 5 minutes. Make bed, get dressed and ready, all that hygiene kind of stuff. Make coffee, go to the studio, journal and coffee. One of the things that needs to be added in here, glass of water. I've been leaving a bottle or a glass by the bed so that when I wake up in the morning, I will drink a full 8 ounces of water, sometimes more. I usually do a little bit of meditating, a little bit of quiet time while I drink the water. And then, I'm doing the stretches. I'm also journaling and having coffee, sometimes before I come out here, sometimes after I come out here, depending on whether I have the journal with me in the house or not. And then I'm doing some planning. Whenever I leave the studio in the afternoons, I'm cleaning up before I walk out of here, going into the house. Now, I do go in the house periodically on and off to go potty, to start dinner. Like right now, I have food in the crock pot. So an hour before bed, I'd like to start getting ready for bed. So go ahead and put on my pajamas. I talked about that, taking contacts out, reading, brushing my teeth, and sleeping. And like here I have after the CPAP machine, make adjustments to this. And I would like to, at the end of the evening, review my day and do some reflection. I need to straighten up the house before I go to bed, dishes or anything. I also need to straighten up the studio before I leave. This is all well and good for a regular day, but whenever we have a day like the other day, when I went to the doctor, or tomorrow when I take my mom to the doctor, all of that shifts. Because that's not the norm, and that means I have to kind of make up for. I'll know that I need to maybe get up a little bit earlier, and I'm going to go to bed a little bit later because I need to do some stuff. Or taking pictures throughout the day of what I'm doing, where I'm at, or the day before and the day after, taking some pictures of different things that I'm doing throughout the day. Now, I'm not necessarily recording those things with a video, but I am recording them with pictures. Not everybody in my family wants to be on video. My mom does not. I have taken all different kinds of pictures so that I can document that day and either add it into a vlog or add it into the journal, add it into like a post for my website for the blog or for Patreon. I need to be more conscientious about updating things. And that's why I'm trying to change some things, get on a routine, but also take into account that things are going to be a little bit different sometimes. Sometimes real life stuff, outside life, that kind of stuff. I was working on things. I really liked what I did with that. That's the roses. As we moved more and more into October, I have changed things up. This is a gratitude log. I'm a couple of days behind. I need to fill that in. I had a bed day. I got the flu shot when I was at the doctor's office. That's why I'm a bit behind with these videos. In order to practice self-care the way that I really want to, one of the things that I've had to do is I was putting a whole bunch of stuff in the bullet journal. And then I got a bit overwhelmed. I've been back and forth between the standard for my bullet journal, the B6, the A5, and I've been doing some of it in the Hobonichi back and forth. I need to be more consistent. I need to make whatever it is I'm going to be doing certain things in a part of my routine. That's why I'm still kind of working on what I'm actually going to be doing in 2022. We'll get to more of that soon. This I was doing, and then I just changed things so that I could actually put the tarot stuff in here. That's my chart. This is where we're at right now. We have the full moon in Aries. For November, I'm going to do a calendar bigger and actually write down anything that's significant for astrological stuff. I have it elsewhere for October. So this is where I've been putting in different things. This was the stuff for the full moon right here, along with the pull for the full moon. And this was my tarot pull for yesterday. And I haven't pulled a card for today yet, but I will be doing that and journaling in it. And this is from Imperfectly Perfect, the same place that this is from. But whenever I do this for next year, I think this is going to be the journal for some other things. Like, it's going to be a hodgepodge of things, because I'm seriously thinking I'm probably going to be doing bullet journaling in the standard. I should be getting the inserts soon that I ordered. I ordered the monthly and weekly, it's together combined, and then the insert with 200 pages of dot grid Tomo River paper from Pebble Stationery. I am thinking that for next year my bullet journaling is going to be more minimal, and then I'm going to have what is more of the everything else journal. So the Hobonichi will be my personal planner and sort of the documenting the basics, documenting my life. I'm not going to put a bunch of pictures or a bunch of stickers because I got the whole year Hobonichi and I don't want it to get super chunky. So it's going to be more functional, but I will do watercolor in it, but I'm not going to be adding a bunch of pictures. So the B6 journal, that's more of documenting, this would be documenting my day because it's got a daily page for every day. Whereas the B6 would be documenting my life. So I won't be in it every single day. I will be documenting momentous things and it will be more of like a sketchbook journal, which is good because I want to do more of my sketchbooks. I've actually got a sketchbook I'm about to finish. I'm super excited about that because I only have like one thing left to do in it. So anyway, like I said, I did this. I wasn't really feeling all that well because of the flu shot. I set up this week that we're on right now. Didn't do as good yesterday, did much better on Monday. Hopefully I will do better today. I think with dinner, I'm going to have a big glass of water with dinner tonight. I'm writing down if I went somewhere or did things in this part, if I have to go somewhere. And I have been working on my personal goals, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 with the bullet journal method. And then instead of the level 10 life for the miracle morning, which I love how that is, but it's just one too many things. In the Moxie life, in their inserts, they have this wheel. It's 8 things, less color coding, less things I get to keep up with. And so I've got 8 things and I just crossed out 10 and I haven't even bothered to put 8. I've just crossed it out. I'm happy because this helps me focus more on the things that are really important to me. This is where I have this routine stuff. I've already done a lot of things this morning. So over the past few weeks, I have been working on establishing this routine. I'm getting better at it. I'm not there yet. I'm getting there. Part of my daily routine is to create some type of art. I have been doing art in a variety of different journals, but I have also been working in this sketchbook, and I am about to finish it. And in this video, you see me finish it. Now, in the very back, there was one page that got torn out because I ended up doing some doodles for Patreon, and I couldn't for the life of me get it to scan right with the page inside of there, so I had to tear it out. But I have them. I have the pages. But anyway, so doing the pumpkin, I have been practicing pumpkins for a while now. I did some pumpkins last year. They didn't turn out all that well. But one of the interesting things was that I learned a lot from it. And I kept trying. Like I tried last year, one day in October. And then the very next day I tried again. Still messed up. Then I tried again. I tried again in a variety of different places. In my journal, in the sketchbook, on like just watercolor or mixed media paper, not in a sketchbook. I tried with crayons. I tried with Crayola Super Tips. I've been really working on doing that. And it's been fun working on things. I can tell I've improved. I can tell that whenever I really put the effort in and have patience, that I do better. And that's with anything. And the more that you do something, the more it becomes a habit. And the key to changing these habits, or the key to making some of these habits part of your routine, I should say, that's a better way to say it. It is all about little things. Like, so for a week or two, you concentrate on doing art every day. And one of the other little things that you concentrate on for that week is getting up 30 minutes earlier than you did the week before and going to bed 30 minutes earlier than you did the week before. So those they're separate things and they're not related, but they all help my routine. And that's where I've been at for the past few weeks. Being sick in July and August was difficult for me. And I think that's why I've been concentrating on the self-care and why I went ahead and took a couple of weeks to really start digging into the routine because I needed that time. It's made a difference. I am getting to bed a little bit earlier. I'm getting up a little bit earlier. I am waking up on my own a lot of mornings. Sometimes I don't sleep well or don't sleep very much at all because of pain, but I am still trying to get up early in the morning so that I can stay on this routine, this schedule, because it is much easier to get stuff done in my studio when it's quiet and it's cooler in the mornings. I know I could do it in the evenings, but Mr. Rockstar works days and he goes to bed early and he gets up early. So if I want to spend time with him, then I need to go to bed earlier like he does. So I'm trying to get on the same schedule he's on so that we can spend more time together and I don't feel so torn. I've been trying to leave my work in the studio and do home stuff in the home. I do have a few things that I have been trying to do in the house, like the 5-year Hobonichi Techo diary. It's a A6. The morning, evening pages I'm mostly trying to do in the house. A notebook that I just kind of jot things down, and that stays in the house or in my purse, and the weeks stays in my purse, which stays in the house because that's where I keep up with everybody's little doctor's appointments and events and appointments and stuff like that, because it's small and it's easy to carry around. The little A6 notebook, and the weeks, they're easy to maintain. Art and writing and planning and things like that are all part of my routine, and I'm trying to make that an everyday thing, and so that things run more efficiently and so that I am more productive, but in a good way, not like just busy, but productive. And I'm doing those like blocks of time and setting an alarm from anywhere from 15 to say 30 minutes so that I can stay focused more and so that I can get up out of the chair and move around a bit. And that's helping. It really is. That's sort of like the Pomodoro method, and I'm finding that that's very helpful. I'm also working on a few other things that are really helpful. Part of it's the wheel from the Moxie Life, or like the Miracle Morning. It's like a combination of the two I've been doing. I've also been trying to take my time and figure out what works better in the evening, what works better in the morning, what works better for the house stuff and the studio stuff, and trying to put those boundaries into effect so that I'm not so scattered and I don't feel so bad or so pulled, and so that there's more balance. And that's why I took the couple of weeks to really work on the routine. It's still a work in progress, and a lot of this is going to be a work in progress because we evolve and change as we grow. And so I don't know that this will stay the same, but I'm hoping that it will at least stay the same long enough for me to get it so that the other changes will just be improvements to it. I have really enjoyed doing this series so far. I don't know how much more I will be doing for self-care like every week, but I will update you once or twice a month, maybe at least once a month, on the self-care progress. If you're going with that a year of self-care, daily practices and inspiration for caring for yourself, I have the book listed below, and I'm enjoying that book. I oftentimes write the affirmation for the day if it calls to me, and I'll write that affirmation down. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it, and y'all have a great day. Bye.